what's up guys, it's Fish here and welcome back my glorious bannerman to some more of a Game of Thrones Kings of Winter mod for Attila Total War. Today we are deciding who's becoming the king in the north, but with a little beach assault we've got planned. Basically it's a 2v2, we've got me and Apollo on one side and we have Warrior Sparta and Overkill on the other side. You can check out all their channels in the comments down below. But yeah, let's just go ahead and run through the armies and then we'll go and jump into this cool ass beach assault, because it's kind of got two stages to it. It has the beach assault and then it also has like a hill assault. Obviously again, we're not playing this battle to go ahead and have like MLG tactics or anything. We're just trying to create like a cool looking battle, so hopefully you guys enjoy that. So yeah, we'll quickly go ahead and run through the armies. Me and Apollo are obviously playing as House Mandalay. We're playing as the boat assaults, and we're actually rowing backwards as well, which is pretty impressive. So basically all we have is just a bunch of these marines, these Mandalay marines. These guys are basically the only boat unit we can really get, so unfortunately because of that we had to kind of just stick an entire army of these guys basically. But they're not bad, they're pretty decent. You can see the balance of power is actually in our favour. And we do actually outnumber them. They have 700 less men than us, but that's not really that much, really. So, you know, this battle could still go either way, even though we have the advantage at the beginning. Because obviously, you guys don't know yet, we have to attack a huge hill over there. So, yeah, that's basically all our army. We also have a few crossbow ships and a few siege ships over here. As you can see, we've got Stark Bannerman actually garrisoning these ships, and a siege team up there, ready to shoot the catapults out. We got another couple over here. I think Apollo also has some as well. And oh, by the way, this is actually Apollo's replay, so I'm actually this character in blue right now, and Apollo's actually the yellow player. And then obviously some more some crossbowmen actually this time, some House Mandalay crossbowmen right here. And I think that pretty much sums up our army. Like, it's basically just all that, just like we have mainly swordsmen, some crossbowmen, and then a few siege teams. So, to go over to the defending army, the guys who are going to be defending the beach and trying to hold back our assault, we go ahead and have we have Warrior Sparta and Overkill over here. I think Overkill's on the left and Warrior Sparta's on the right, so he's going to be attacking me, Warrior Sparta that is, and Overkill's going to go ahead and be defending against Apollo. And then they're going to kind of fall back to this really nice defensive hill position, so it's going to be kind of a cool two-stage, like kind of two-prong attack, whilst me and Apollo are just kind of flooding the beaches a bit. So first off, we have these Warrior Sons. I think these are Overkill's troops. So we have these awesome looking Warrior Sons, good old Faith militants. And I haven't actually watched the next episode yet, for the first episode in season 6 yet. So I still actually need to probably watch it. I should probably watch that before I upload this video, because I assume the comments are probably going to be filled with spoilers. So I'll make sure I actually do go ahead and watch that before I upload this video later today. So yeah, some more Stark Bannermen right here. Then we have some Umber Axes. Gotta love the Umber Axes. Even the dudes with 2 axes looking very, very nice. Then further down the line we have some Wildlings, I think. Some Wildling Axe Throwers, yes. God, I'm getting good at the unit names already. Actually pretty impressed with myself. So some more Wildling Axes along here. So it's kind of like a united front between the Northmen and the, I guess it's just a mix of everyone, because they've got Faith of the Seven, they've got Old Gods, they've got Beyond the Wall, they've just got a bit of everyone. And then you've got some more of these Krog Spearmen. These guys are the House Reed kind of guerrilla fighting troops, and just a whole bunch of them bad boys. Then behind that you have some Wildling Archers, or these Men at Arm. No, these are Men at Arm Archers, to kind of add his archer support on the actual beach. You can see we're actually starting to come forward, so I'm just going to quickly pause it, quickly run through the rest of the armies really quickly, because there's still quite a few more troops to look over, and I want to kind of speed this up and not make this intro too long. So yeah, we have a siege team back here. Then on the top for the rest of Overkill's army, he has some more of these bow men at arms, obviously a very nice unit. We have some more Reed Spearmen, some Glover Warhammers, some House Stark greatswords. Like, this is going to be the difficult thing, even though we outnumber them. So I guess it's a good balancing thing, actually, because we outnumber them. They kind of have all these special units which have special abilities and stuff, whereas our Marines don't really have that. So it's kind of a nice balancing thing, I think, that they get these special units and we kind of get these Marines, which are actually really, really good. Some House Mormont swords, again one of the best looking units in the game, in my opinion. I obviously got to rep House Mormont. Some Stark Cavalry, some North Lords, obviously the General, along with some other guard. And we have some Winter Guard over here as well. I love the harpoons on the actual weapons of the spears. They're really, really cool. And then just more of the same up here. Glover Warhammers. You guys have seen them all before. And then obviously some wildfire throwers back there. And this is kind of just making up the rest of Warrior Sparta's line. Some Cast Arc Spears. Like, there's kind of everyone. You guys have already really seen all the units. But obviously you could have skipped that at any time. You wanted to. By just going ahead and clicking the skip annotation button. Hopefully it's working. Because Apollo was saying that he was having a bit of trouble actually getting the button to actually work. So hopefully it's working for you guys. I mean, if not, I'll probably put a timestamp down below. I mean, I guess it's a bit too late now if you're hearing this. But in future, if the annotation isn't working, at least someone in the comments make a timestamp, or I'll make a timestamp, which you guys can just click in the comments to go ahead and just jump forward to the battle. So I know some guys just want to see the action, and some guys want to actually see the units and what we're fighting with and stuff. So I'm going to begin my beach assault over here. We're going to be mainly looking at my beach assault because Apollo's kind of off there doing his own thing. So we're going to kind of just focus on my beach assault. There's actually deer on the beach as well. So I actually chose this really interesting point right here because I've kind of got my flanks protected right here by two massive big ass rocks, and I can kind of deploy 4 ships at a time to go ahead and get my men off onto the beach. So this is actually a really, really nice defensive position I have right here. And I'm going to kind of use that to my advantage by just kind of protecting my flanks, stopping a superior force from kind of outnumbering me whilst I'm actually getting my men off the beach. And my god, that looks so cool. That looks awesome. Just them all jumping off. Very, very cool. And there's quite a lot of them as well. We are forming up a decent line. So, Warrior Sparta, I guess, that was actually some of Warrior Sparta's forces. You're going to start bringing his warriors of the Warrior Sons over to go ahead and stop my beach assault. He's going to try and ping me in. Because obviously, also, this is a good thing. You know, I've got my flanks protected, but it also means that Warrior Sparta can kind of pin me into this kind of this little bit of terrain. So, you know, it kind of works for me because I'm like protecting my flanks, but it also means he can kind of subdue a big portion of my forces. Also got some more of my marines around here down the left flank. They get a nice outflank. Oh, my catapult's actually starting to shoot now as well. Actually hitting up a decent amount of men, or none at all. Yeah, it killed a few men actually right here. That's a lot of soldiers. So good job on my catapult there. We're finally just forming up now, ready to receive the charge. Archer fire coming off now. Or axe fire even. I guess some of the wildlings are throwing the axes in as well. Come on, boys, hold your ground. Archer fire going in over. And we're going to go ahead and counter charge. Massive catapult hit over there as well. A huge... It was my own catapult hit. Actually just wrecked me right there. Absolutely wrecked me, damn. So yeah, Warrior Sparta is just going to full on engage, try and stop this beach assault. Luckily though, I have more units because obviously he's still got a few units actually up on the quite like the majority of his army actually up on the hill. So because of that, he can go ahead and just kind of commit a few units here. But I'm probably going to win the day. You can see he's already got some cavalry coming in to support though. Some of these hedge knights. So these guys are a heavy shot cavalry, and we all know how good shot cavalry is in the game. But the Warrior Sons are actually fighting tooth and nail right now. They are actually getting surrounded though, which is kind of funny because House Mandalay are like the only North faction which actually are Faith of the Seven. So the fact that they're actually fighting the Faith militants, like out of all the other factions we could have picked, oh, it's going to be a huge cavalry charge. Look at them just waving their spears up. Just going to smash in to the unit. Actually doing too much damage on the charge. I was expecting a lot more damage on the charge. So if we zoom out, you can see my beach assault is fully underway. Kind of clumped up more around these units, but that's just me kind of using my numbers effectively. You can see that I've actually managed to go ahead and envelop this entire like kind of beachhead defense. Completely just enveloping it, but they're still taking a long ass time to die. That's really hurting me right now because every like moment we stay on the beaches, we're getting under heavy missile fire from their archer forces. So you can see I've managed to envelop the unit behind me, and now I'm actually starting to get around the flank of these Umber axes. And you can see off in the distance, Pixi Apollo is trying his hardest to go ahead and do that. So I finally managed to go ahead and break the Stark Bannerman. They're a much weaker unit. If we jump over and have a quick look at Pixi's assault, we'll go ahead and press K. I don't actually know what goes on over here, because obviously I was focused on my assault. But by the looks of it, Apollo is doing a good job of getting onto these archers. Catching these archers is really good. Not allowing these archers to retreat is going to really help us out in the later battle, actually assaulting the hill up there. So that is awesome. We are making ground on the beaches. The catapults are coming in, though. No, what a huge hit right there. Damn, that was a massive catapult hit. It killed like 6 or 7 dudes. Damn. And another one coming in as well. The siege team is really going in. I mean, we saw how deadly the siege team has been in the past. Where, if you remember, Apollo's... Oh, that's actually hitting the sea. Apollo's catapult got over 700 kills on my troops, which is just mad. So some of the House Reed's spearmen are fighting the Manly Marines. But by the looks of it, we've made our ground over here. We're pushing back all the enemy forces, and we're going to actually secure the breach. Some more of the House Reed spearmen are engaging over here, but they're going to be pushed back pretty effectively. Apollo's just dropping off man after man. Now we've kind of secured this beachhead, we can kind of use it to our advantage. But if we look over here, you know, the sons of the warrior sons have just routed now. And these Umber axes are fully engaged. They're surrounded and they're just not routing. They are just ready to give their lives for this cause, to stop this beach assault from happening. And they're not going to give up lightly either. There's nowhere for them to run, so they just accept their fate. They're going to die. So they might as well try and take out as many manly troops as possible. And all this time, we're just dropping more and more men off onto the beach assault. Just trying to go ahead and fully secure this. But look how awesome this is. These Umber axes are super... Oh my god, that hit killed so many of my own men. I'm pretty sure it was a friendly catapult shot, and that just burned. I mean, if it wasn't... Actually, it could not have been. There's a catapult shooting at me right... Yeah, there you go. There's actually one of Warrior Sparta's catapults. A really nice hit by him. You can see another catapult hit coming in. Luckily, it misses, burning a tree, but it misses my men. And you can see the majority of my men are all just getting off a boat now. I think I've pretty much got like a good 80% of my forces off a boat now. And the Umber axes have finally given up. There was nowhere for them to go. And they're just going to go and get captured now. We're going to make sure we capture these brave warriors, because maybe we can encourage them to join me. And now that like kind of the beach assault has been taken. Oh yeah, also this was the funny thing that happened. The siege teams, so the catapult ships, when they get off a boat, they go into super loose formation. So they just do this. So like there's a unit of like 120 guys, and there's just so many of them. So they're actually quite a good unit to kind of absorb ammunition and stuff. You can see the final remnants of my naval forces are coming off now, the boats. We're going to form up a nice beach assault, and then we're going to get ready to assault. So Warrior's going to go ahead and bring down some of his archers, I assume. Yeah, these guys are archers. Going to bring these guys down just to start picking away at me whilst he can, you know, whilst the beach assault is happening. Just going to volley on me. And the thing that sucks is I can't actually form defensive test judo. Because you just can't use any special abilities on these naval units. So yeah, I can't actually form defensive test judo, which really sucks. So I'm just going to have to sit here and take a lot of the missile fire.
This is where we teach them a lesson.
And just hope that my troops can hold firm. So I'm going to keep on advancing. Actually go ahead and bring up my crossbowmen now. They're going to go ahead and volley back off at the enemy forces. We're obviously going to be receiving a lot more missile fire from the archers, so I'm going to have to support this as best I can with my infantry force and try and use them as kind of like a force to go ahead and push back his archers, which I believe that's what I'm doing right now. So, you know, it kind of worked out for me. You can see my infantry is advancing. Actually, maybe they are in defensive test studio or mobile test studio. I don't think so, though. So you can see the beach assault is fully underway. Apollo is moving up his siege teams. He's also got a load of troops up here, but there's also actually a little bit of fighting over here. We've got some cavalry coming in to go ahead and smash Apollo whilst he's trying to form up. Oh, nice axe throws as well. And they're just going to come... Oh, my God! These troops, what are they? Mounted bannermen. These are swordsmen, but they had so much speed on that charge. They just absolutely tore through that unit. It didn't even stand a chance. Damn, like, it's coming out better. But I guess just because they had more men to begin with. But damn, that was crazy. That was so much. That was such an epic charge from melee cavalry. I was not expecting that, as you can tell. I think because I'm just marching my troops right now, that's why. Why these guys look a lot cooler than they are. Like they're in defensive test judo, sorry. I'm trying to get like a nice little photo op right here. Cool, that'll be a nice... I mean, it doesn't really describe the beach assault, but it still looks cool. House Manderley repping shit right there. Gonna bring up my crossbowmen, just kind of chasing these guys down. But no, yeah, we kind of did the hard part of the easy part of the fighting by actually taking the beach. And you can see there's quite a few casualties on this beach, but mainly his casualties, I would say. I mean, this Umber Axe unit was kind of overly good. But, you know, if we look at these Stark Bannermen, there's a lot more of his men than there are mine. And a lot more horses as well. So now we kind of got rid of the easy part. You know, it was a fairly okay beach assault, but now we're gonna have to deal with these elite troops in defensive test judo up here. It's gonna be a lot harder to do. Now, if we look at the balance of power, it has... We've actually killed 100 more men now, right? No, they've actually closed the gap by literally 100 men. So you know, it's kind of slowly starting to go back in their favor, but it's so like small that you can't really even really look into it. You know, it's 100 men. It doesn't really matter too much. So the crossbow fire is going to begin now. Apollo again. Apollo's doing a really nice job at using his siege teams as kind of like a meat wall, just to kind of cover the rest of his advance as he brings up the rest of his crossbowmen. Look at that! Look at that glorious. I guess it's like House Stark, because we like House Manderley more than anything else. So look at that glorious House Stark line, that battle line, just stretching across the entire hillside. We knew that it was going to be a hard assault, but we didn't think it was going to be this hard. Coming up this huge hill. Look at that archer fire just arcing down. Damn. But my infantry is almost here now, slowly pushing up this hill. We're going to be marching, obviously, because a Roman always marches to battle with the archer fire. So mine and Apollo's line is also connecting along with their line, because this is kind of the mix between Overkill and Warrior Sparta's army. God damn, look how cool that looks. That looks like a really awesome battlefield. We've got catapults, we've got kind of the advancing forces, boats in the background. Some more of a crossbow fire going overhead. I mean, you got to remember as well, but there's also a bunch of Naphatoon throwers as well. We have the wildfire dudes. And you can see the muddy battlefields on top of the hill as well. The men are dipping. Oh, the Naphatoon throwers are throwing over wildfire! Oh my god, it's going to completely decimate an entire unit. Wow! Look at them burn. Jeez, that was just devastation right there. And they're going to go ahead and throw out some more as well. They're just not letting up. I feel sorry for this one unit of Manderley Marines. They just did not have a good time of it. They're like, yeah, cool, we're coming up against Stark Bannermen. That's not going to be too bad. They charge in and then they just get pounded by wild throwers. Yeah, but they got absolutely slaughtered. Down the rest of the line, we've engaged the Glover Warhammers with my Marines. But again, they're in defensive testudo, so it's going to be a real hard job at kind of breaking through this line. So like kind of my plan going into this, or what I should have been doing, is just focusing all my men kind of in one point of this defensive line. Because the defensive line stretches a long way. You can see I've actually engaged over here as well. What I should have done is I should have just tried to like pinpoint and pierce through one part of the line, which I do quite a bit in this battle, but I kind of should have used that tactic a lot more. I would have lost a lot less men doing it. This Carstark line as well looks epic. Look at this Carstark line. as the battle's just unfolding along there. You can see the devastation of a wildfire course over there. Wow. You can also see my House Manderley troops as well, just off there, ready to fight. I mean, look at that battlefield, damn. It is just a brutal, brutal battlefield right now. You've got the cavalry going around. I mean, as you can see, I have a lot of reinforcements back here. I have like 4 units there, like 2 units there, unit over here. I have a lot of men. I'm kind of trying to commit as many of my men as possible to this little engagement over here. If I can break through these Glover Warhammers and these Suns over here, it's going to give me a real nice advantage going forward. And hopefully I can kind of push that advantage and just start like enveloping the rest of his men. I cut quickly had to go ahead and do something, but it's all done now. So let's get back to this awesome beach assault. It's really turned into just an absolute melee off right now. The cavalry is even getting involved. You've got House Mormont against House Manderley. 2 very greenish colours. Just full on engaging. But just look at the scale of this battle. It's fully just stretching the entirety of the mountainside. By the looks of it, Apollo's men are getting beaten back on this left flank though. Or I guess our right flank, their left flank. Yeah, they're getting absolutely pushed back. The cavalry is just proving too much for the Manderley Marines. But again, Apollo does still have a big portion of his troops over here. But they are starting to dwindle. You can see the balance of power shifting hugely in their favour already. They've actually managed to go ahead and cut the distance down. I guess the fact that they had missile and the hill advantage is just really playing in their favour. But it's not over yet. If we can go ahead and cause mass rout or actually pierce through these Glover troops and get around the back, then we'll be able to like kind of start killing a lot of their archers and a lot of their high value troops. But again, these Glover Warhammers just holding the line. They're just not giving up. And this is causing us a real problem. You can see how many men I've actually committed. Maybe I should have tried to run a unit through here. Well, I definitely should have done that. Definitely tried to run a unit actually through this small gap which I managed to create. And then use them to kind of come in the back. But again, the archer fire is just devastating as well, volleying overhead. We've got the cavalry just smashing into my units now. Sending my units flying. And then just getting the hell out of here. These hammer and anvil strikes. Oh, cool. Look at these Hedge Knights weapons. It's like a huge-ass mace. That's really cool. So the cavalry harassment as well. Now the fact that Apollo's side is starting to dwindle is really not going in our favour. You can see Apollo only has like 5 or 6 units left now, but they're fighting. They are fighting for the old god, or the new god, sorry. House Manderley and new gods, what am I talking about? Whereas the Stark troops are fighting for the old gods. My lines are starting to dwindle in certain places. Luckily, he didn't actually have any Nafatun throwers left, any wildfire throwers. Because if these guys threw into this big ass like kind of selection over here, I'd lose so many men. So I was lucky in that respect. And you can just see the death of my men assaulting this shield wall. There's like not many, yeah, there's like none, next to none actual Stark troops dead along this battle line. The defensive Testudo is just too strong. Oh, look how cool that is. Some of the Glover troops have kind of like pushed forward and created a big ass dense like gap forming. And they're going to counter charge in now. Go ahead and reinforce the rest of the men who've created that gap. I guess that gap was created by routing troops or something. So the rest of the men are going to pour in. The beach head is won, but the mountain is not quite yet there. And you can see Overkill is starting to bring over the rest of his men now to try and outflank me. I mean, I've still got a large amount of men. You know, these Marines are not easily killed. And I still have over 2,000 of them left. You know, I have a big portion of my army left. Apollo may have dwindled, but my army has kind of done a decent job right now. And we have to just hope that Apollo's done enough damage to Overkill. But you can see 2 units of these, I think these are Apollo's men, are actually deciding to start routing now. And that's really big for us because it's going to open up my flank. But you can see I'm throwing in some more of my fresh units. I actually have an entire fresh unit pretty much over here, which only fought on the beach. So that's going to help me out. It's going to go ahead and charge into this general unit. I think Overkill, or I think this is Overkill's general, actually completely forgets about him. So I'm going to get a really nice charge in here. And I'm thinking if I can kill the general, then maybe I can actually win the day. But Apollo's general has been run down now and killed. I'm going to fully come in here and hopefully capture. That's Apollo's general because this is Apollo's replay. So Apollo's finally died, whereas my general was still alive over here. And I managed to actually kill the enemy general as well, so Overkill doesn't have a general right now. That's going to really help me out. If I can cause some routing in his troops, that could really turn the tide of this battle. Because at the moment it's not looking too good for us, but it's definitely not over yet. And I'm starting to break through these Glover Warhammers now. Like, there's not many of them left. They've definitely pushed forward, but their numbers are starting to dwindle. We're starting to get around the flanks of the actual troops. And we're engaging these bannermen, which we're killing very effectively as well. But obviously the cavalry engagement coming in, and then the rest of the cast iron spears coming, is going to start stretching me a lot thin. I'm having to throw my crossbowmen in against the horses, which is never going to go in our favour. But you can see I finally actually managed to break through these Glover Warhammers. So if I can use this and push this advantage, then I might actually still have a chance to win. Balance of power is really not looking in my favour though. We've got 1,000 men left against their 2,400. But I'm going to use my flanks as best as I can just to go ahead and engage these warrior sons. And just try and kill as many as possible, because it doesn't look like we're going to win this battle. But you know, if we can kill a good portion of enemy forces, I'll be happy with my army's performance. We took the beach. Maybe we should have just set up camp and then assaulted the hill maybe a couple of days later when we've got the rest of our reinforcements. So it's not looking good for me in Apollo now. Apollo's army has already routed. My army is very close to it. I've got my general involved as well. He is engaged. Him and his harbour masters getting shot in the flank by archer fire. My marines are about to rout. It is not looking good. Yeah, my entire army is just falling apart now. We'll speed things up because that's pretty much the battle now. The enemy charges from Warrior Sparta's general is going to just devastate my line. My routing troops. My general has decided to fall. Oh, but I actually did kill Warrior Sparta's general as well in this little engagement. Damn. I mean, I just don't have enough men to kind of like go on that. I have 400 men left and they have 2,000. Yep, and there you go. The rest of my men decided to rout, and we spent the last minute actually chasing down this one unit of harbour masters. So I'll speed things up whilst that. But yeah, that was the battle. That was a beach assault on the Game of Thrones Kings of Winter mod. I hope you guys enjoyed. We will stick around and look at the kind of units killed and stuff to see if any units went off on an absolute mad one and just killed like 200, 300 people. So we'll make sure to do that. But for now, we'll just look at the devastation on Apollo's side. Damn, his members were not a good match for the enemy troops. Because look, there's like a few Glover Warhammers here, but mainly just House Manderley troops. And that was pretty disgusting. How few dead bodies of the enemy are just laying around. That's pretty brutal. But I really like this beach assault. It was super fun to do. It was just a really cool like kind of scenario, because these scenarios are always not going to be like even or like kind of both the teams have the same amount of troops, because like we had 700 men more than them, but our men just weren't the quality, and you know that kind of creates for an interesting scenario. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Make sure to obviously let me know with likes and comments down below. But yeah, I don't know, this is Apollo's men. Apollo's infantry did really good. I guess these are the units which actually began the beach assault, and then these are the units which kind of then came up a little bit later. Yeah, the harbour masters got wrecked. My troops didn't actually do that good whatsoever. Apollo definitely got more kills than me. I guess I just couldn't break through Warrior Sparta's elite line of infantry. It was just a lot harder for me. I mean, like, a lot of my units did a decent, but nowhere near getting 200 kills. I definitely let the side down in this battle. I also did deploy a couple more men as well. Warrior Sparta's side, always Sword Bannermen did really good considering they're more of a weaker unit. Glover Warhammers, obviously Warrior Sun's doing an amazing job, 250 kills. Cavalry doing okay. The Nathatoon's not actually killing too many, which is definitely a surprise. Then we'll look at Overkill. Again, his Stark Bannerman doing a really good job. Oh my god, 500 kills on these Hedge Knights, 300 kills. This is where Apollo lost his men for sure. And then these House Glover Warhammers killed, oh my god. That is a ridiculous amount of kills. 350 kills, 400, 500, 200, 300. Damn, I feel sorry for Apollo. He came up against an elite force. That was brutal. So yeah, and 300 on the Mormon swords as well. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure to go obviously check out the mod in the description down below. Make sure to go over there and tell the mod creator that you want to see more Game of Thrones stuff, because obviously if you guys do that, there's a better chance that he'll actually do it. So make sure to go over to the Steam page and tell him that you definitely want to see another faction or more units or something. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure to drop a like and a comment if you did, and also subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys next time, and fish out.